Alright, this little review of a percent change and percent error. Some differences from this and our regular percent proportion is that this top part almost always requires you to do some sort of subtraction, amount of change or error. So they'll usually tell you how much it used to be and how much it is now, and you have to subtract that. Or they might tell you how much it really was and how much you guessed it was, and then you have to subtract that. And then the original and the actual are the other two things that you need to use according to which one you're doing. If it's something that is has changed, so you're dealing with some sort of a percent change, then you want to always compare it to the original amount where it started and then went to. And then if you're doing some sort of percent error problem, how much you missed it by, you always want to think about the actual amount is what you want to be comparing it to, and that will help us solve for the percent change or error. Alright, the first problem says, before the Jedi recruitment plan was implemented, there were only 16 remaining Jedi Masters. The recruitment plan increased the number of Masters to 35. What was the percent increase? So again, we're going to set that up as a proportion. It is a percent proportion, so you're going to have the 100 right there. Now, the labels that we need to think about is, the top one was the amount of change. This is a percent change, not a percent error problem. It's a percent change problem. So to find out how much it changed, I have to subtract the two. 34 minus 16 is 19. It changed by 19. So it increased by 19. And then we always want to compare it to the original, where it started. It didn't start at 35, it started at 16, and we're set up to do this problem. Okay, it changed by 19 and it started at 16, so it obviously went up by more than 100%. If it goes up by 100%, it doubles. It more than doubled. To review in proportions, we multiply the two diagonals and we divide. Remember, the reason we do that is because the cross products are equal in a proportion. Remember, you know one like 1/2, you know that's equal to 3/6, right? And it's true of every proportion. If you multiply 2 times 3, you get 6. You multiply 1 by 6, the cross products are always equal. So 19 times 100 is 1900 divided by 16, and I get 118.75. And I need to remember that's a percent. So what was the percent increase? It went up by 118.75%. Second problem says, Darth Vader estimated it would take 42 months to build the Death Star. It actually took 50 months. What was his percent error? So this has changed. The last one was the percent change problem. This one has changed to a percent error problem. We want to know how far he was off. So again, we have to do a subtraction problem. I thought it was going to be 42, but it actually took him 50. So I subtract to find out how much he missed it by. Darth Vader was off by 8 months in his estimate. That's the amount of error. He missed it by 8. And we want to compare it not to what his guess was, because his guess was never right. It actually took 50 months. So now we have it set up and we're ready to multiply and divide. So when he was 8 months off on his estimate, he was 8 months compared to the actual of 50. So when we multiply and divide, we're going to find that that was 16%. Darth Vader was 16% off. The Force was not with him. Problem: when Yoda purchased his first lightsaber, it cost $460. When Luke Skywalker purchased his first lightsaber, it cost $1,140. What was the percent increase in lightsaber prices? So this time we're talking about a percent change, not a percent error. They didn't miss it. It's just changed over time. So we need to figure out how much it changed. So our first thing is going to be to take the difference in price, which is of course a subtraction problem, to find out that it has increased in price by $680. That's the change in price. And we always want to compare it to the original. Did this thing start as a 1,140 or was it originally a 460? It was originally a 460 degree lightsaber. So we're ready to multiply the diagonals, divide by the other one, and it comes out to be 147.8 blah blah blah. We're going to round it to 0.8%. So it is increased over time of 147.8%. You might have heard your parents talking about the increase in prices, and I'm a Mountain Dew fan. I used to be able to get Mountain Dew at the store, a 20 ounce cost me like $1.19, and now when you go in, it costs a lot of times either $2.09 or $2.19, that increase in price, I could figure out what percentage it's increased.